Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into another one tool review. This being a product made in the USA, where our first three were Vessel made in Japan screwdrivers, the next being the Vera made in the Czech Republic, engineered in Germany. But today we're getting into a USA made product. Now, this company is not really known for USA made products, but they do have a few, and what they do have I've enjoyed from what I've used. And today we're looking at one of their newer products, so I really hope you guys enjoy. I'll share the specs, features, pricing, all of that with you, and this will be another product in our showdown after we get done going over multiple different styles, designs, countries of screwdrivers. So I really hope you guys enjoy. All of these products that I went over in the one tool review will be linked down in the description underneath the tools and tools continued link, along with many other tools that I've went over in the past and other tools that I suggest. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on the one tool review. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and take a first look. So here we are looking at the Southwire Made in the USA screwdriver. This is more specifically their Phillips head number 2. So I think these have been out for a couple years now. Maybe wrong on that. But they've had screwdrivers for many years. I've done quite a few reviews in the past on like some of their multi-bit screwdrivers and ratcheting screwdrivers and some screwdrivers with like a built-in wire stripper into the handle. But recently, in the last couple years, I suppose, they've released this USA made set, which is always nice because they have some other pliers and wire strippers that are also made in the USA, so that's really nice to see, and I've really enjoyed those from what I've used of them. But with this, you can see Phillips head number 2, 4-inch shank, and we've got it made in America. That's really all the information. Here's the part number. But it is always nice to see more tools made in the USA and brought to us by multiple different companies. So getting into this Southwire screwdriver, as far as the blade goes, like I stated, it's a 4-inch blade, just like the other ones that we went over. They've all been 4-inch blades except for the ball grip, just because I went with a slightly different design on that one. So they don't have a huge lineup of different features. What you see is really kind of what you get, especially as far as the USA made stuff. The USA made screwdrivers are going to run about $5 to $11 each, which is priced very well. Probably one of the best prices out of all of the different screwdrivers we've went over so far. They also have an insulated version of the USA made screwdrivers, so that is available. Hopefully I'm posting pictures up in here for you guys of those. Then they also have a nut driver version of this USA made handle, which is nice. The insulated, sorry I forgot to state, the insulated set are going to run roughly $20 each. And then the nut driver is going to come in a set, and the nut driver made in the USA, the set is going to be $80. So priced okay there. It's reasonable, not a great price, not a bad price. And then as far as the sets of USA made screwdrivers like this, it's going to range right around the $50 price range. So definitely a good price for that set. Then that's really it as far as the USA made stuff. Other than that, they have their non-USA made screwdrivers, multi-bit screwdrivers, things like that, which range from $8 to $15 each, or sets for around $62. It just depends, but it's not really fair to add the non-USA made stuff into this lineup, just because like the other screwdrivers we went over like the different types of mega doors that you can get, and the different type of wood compo designs that you can get, and the different types of wear craft form screwdrivers you can get, that all fall under the same basic design, whereas the Southwire, it's a completely different design from their USA made stuff. So as far as selection of sets, this Southwire one definitely has the smallest lineup. So while being priced well, the lineup isn't that big. You can't get a striking cap, you can't get a hex bolster, you don't have any special feature like the jaws fit on the Vessel or the laser tip that you see on the Vera. It's just your standard chrome plating 4-inch blade with a nice clean Phillips head. No special feature, but it is very nice Phillips tip. so it is very clean and fits the fasteners very well. The chrome plating will prevent corrosion and rust and will hold up for many years. Chrome plating is usually pretty dang durable, so that is nice to see over like a painted one. Now, like I said, there's no hex bolster or striking cap available. The handle design is 22% larger than their other lineup of non-USA made screwdrivers, and this is a 6-sided handle with a couple of the edges being a little bit softer and 4 of the edges being a little bit more aggressive with some kind of special hand features in here. And then the shape of the handle, you can see there how these 4 corners are a little bit sharper and these ones almost look rounded. And then you have a lanyard hole. It states nothing about being able to use another screwdriver for torque. I'm sure you could, but they specifically state it's for, a lanyard if you're up working high and you don't want to drop the screwdriver or anything like that. It does state Southwire, their logo, with Made in the USA. As far as comfort, it is comfortable if you're just using it as a standard screwdriver. And what I mean by that is, I guess you can apply a lot of torque with this screwdriver, not so much speed because the back end isn't really round, so it's not as comfortable as like if you were spinning the back of this screwdriver in your palm. You can really get speed on that because you got a lot of plastic here with a little bit of rubber in order to give yourself some speed and torque, whereas this is primarily designed for torque because there's so much of a rubber grip. So you can apply a lot of torque with this screwdriver, but I wouldn't say speed. I mean, of course you can still get speed, but when applying pressure with your hand back here, it's just not as smooth as some of the other designs that we went over with more of a rounded back. So on the top you do have a number 2 with the Phillips head design, and it is just painted on there. I'm sure over time that will kind of scrape away. Not a big deal. I know what a number 2 Phillips looks like, but it is nice being able to identify if you have them in a organizer that has the blade down, handle up. The overall length of the screwdriver is about 9¼ inches long, but I think they've done a good job on it. I like that it's made in the USA. The quality is pretty decent on it. I would say a lot higher than a lot of the China and Taiwan made ones that I've seen, but I wouldn't say the finish is quite as nice as some of the ones that we've seen from Japan and the Czech Republic. You still got this molding line here that kind of has a little bit of an edge to it that could simply be fixed. This is definitely something that I would use if I needed a lot of torque, just because of its 6 sides and the big area of rubber in this handle. So overall, I like the design. It wouldn't be my everyday screwdriver, but it would be one I would go to if I had a stubborn fastener. So we'll just go ahead and we will test this one out on the test block, where I just have a few wood screws, countersunk screws, button head screws. A couple of them are slightly rounded off. We won't be using these, obviously. These are self-tappers, and then we have a completely drilled out screw here, so we're not going to be using those, but we're just going to run a few of these in. I got some of them in diagonal, some of them in countersunk holes, just to see how the screwdriver feels and how it performs. So overall, while it fits the fasteners just fine, it doesn't have any of those special features in the tip. So with the slightly rounded off screws, I did have a little bit of slippage on there, but nothing that prevented me from getting them all the way screwed down. Now I can definitely tell you, you can get a lot of torque with this as long as you can get it to stay in the screw. You can get a lot of torque on this thing. But another thing to mention is this tip is not magnetic like the other ones that we've went over. There's no magnetism. Not that you can't change that, you can magnetize it, but all of the ones that we have went over so far have came magnetized, so that is just something that I wanted to quickly mention. And here on this side of the handle is just kind of some of the warnings and safety things, wear eyeglasses or eye protection and all of that. But overall, I think Southwire has done a good job designing this screwdriver. I would like to see some variations of like a hex bolster or a striking cap with a full tang version, or possibly a magnetic tip with maybe a black oxide tip instead of full chrome. You know, there's other things that they could add to the lineup to fit multiple different people's needs. But once again, this is Southwire's more geared towards, you know, HVAC and electricians and stuff. But overall, I think it's a really good price for what you're getting. I mean, this one was $6. It doesn't get much cheaper than that for a USA made product. So overall, I think it's a good design, and it'll be a good contender with the others. But stay tuned, we're going to have a lot more screwdriver designs to go over, and then we're going to do the showdown where we're going to rank them on blade design, handle design and comfort, pricing, sets available, variations available, and things like that. So every screwdriver will get its own grade in each category, and we'll see which one places first and how it goes down the list. So if you guys enjoyed this content, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on this, as well as the overall presentation of the one tool review videos. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.